In Oh for Fuck's Sakes news, Seattle City Attorney Ann Davison is suing Glock. Yes, gun manufacturer Glock. And also three Seattle area gun dealers. So, let's take a look at this, shall we? And I know it's a controversial subject, but it needs to be discussed. So, this article is from the Center Square, and the headline is Seattle takes aim at Glock in lawsuit over illegal conversion to fully automatic. So, just from reading that headline, I'm trying to figure out why Glock would be to blame, because converting a semi-auto to a fully auto is illegal. So that means the person doing the conversion is the one committing the crime. If the gun manufacturer is not the one converting it, they aren't doing anything illegal. So let's read on. Seattle City Attorney Ann Davison is suing gun manufacturer Glock and three local Glock-authorized gun retailers, alleging the company's handguns contribute to the city's violent crime rates. Dawson's lawsuit alleges the gun manufacturer knowingly makes, markets, and sells semi-automatic handguns that can be converted into illegal machine guns through Glock switches, also known as auto Sears. Handguns are typically prevented from firing multiple rounds per trigger pull by a sear. The lawsuit claims Glock handguns can be easily manipulated with the switch to convert the gun into an automatic weapon. A converted Glock can fire up to 1,200 rounds per minute. Little hyperbole there, Anne. Not a surprise, though. The Glock switch puts the public at risk, it puts children and families at risk, and it puts our law enforcement personnel and first responders at risk, Davison said in a statement. Unlike its competitors, who choose to use different, safer standards, Glock chooses to prioritize profits over public safety. Now let me get this straight. She's saying the gun and the gun manufacturer make people less safe. Not the criminal, because again, it's a person who chooses to try to manipulate their gun, alter it, modify it to turn it from semi-auto into fully auto. That's who you go after, okay? You don't go after the gun manufacturer. If I take my BMW and drive over you to kill you, you don't go after BMW because the vehicle can run over a person and kill them. You go after me because I chose to drive the vehicle over someone. I committed the criminal act. The car did not. But let's continue. On the gun manufacturer's frequently asked questions page, the company states that it is strongly discouraged by Glock and illegal to convert a Glock pistol from semi-automatic to automatic. Exactly. It's against the law. So you go after the criminal, not Glock. Glock's Austrian parent company is also being named in the lawsuit, along with three Seattle area retailers, Pantel Tactical, Bullseye Indoor Range, and Rainier Arms. The businesses are part of approximately 36 Washington gun stores that Glock maintains formal relationships with. In a social media post, Pantel Tactical referred to the lawsuit as a cute move and said the city is lining itself up for a loss in court. Well, unfortunately, the state will probably win. This is probably going to have to go up to the Supreme Court because our judges here in Washington, and then, of course, the Ninth Circuit Court of Schlemmels, they're all liberal, far left liberal, and they don't care about rights. So I think this is going to have to end up going to the Supreme Court. We'll keep doing what we do best, serving our community, protecting your Second Amendment rights, and standing tall while the city wastes time and taxpayer money. Good for them. I mean, this is going to take. We're going to have to fight back against these morons running these cities. According to Davison's office, the Seattle Police Department collected 5,746 shell casings at crime scenes in 2023, a 129% increase from 2020. Okay, how is that Glock's fault exactly? They're not the ones going on a crime spree. The Seattle Police Department now tracks the recovery of Glock switches and found one or more in 20 incidents in 2023. Wow, so they found one or more. That jumped to 38 incidents in 2024. So is it one or more in 38 incidents then? I think they're playing a little fast and loose with these numbers. As recently as May, the police department found that 3 people were likely shot and killed in Pioneer Square by converted Glock firearms. Likely? So they don't even know for sure that a modified Glock was used? Give me a break. So in my opinion, there's a couple things going on here. First of all, Seattle, King County also, is a mess. They have a revolving door of criminals, okay? There's people with rap sheets as long as a CVS receipt. They get in, give them a slap on the wrist, let them back out again, and they commit another crime. And they get increasingly more violent each time, but they're back out on the street until they kill someone. And then even then, they get off easy a lot of times because of liberal judges. So the city is not wanting to take responsibility for their problems dealing with crime and criminals. They also went after Kia and Hyundai over car thefts. Okay? Because Kia and Hyundai didn't have the greatest anti-theft systems, but guess what? The only one to blame is the criminal that chooses to steal or break into a car, okay? The car is sitting there minding its own business. It's a criminal dillwad who chooses to walk up and break into or steal a car, not the car. It's the same thing with this Glock switch. If you choose to break the law and modify your gun to be fully auto, that's your fault, not Glock's. But it's the government not wanting to take accountability for the rising crime rate in Seattle. Now, the second part is this is an end around to the gun control measures they haven't been able to get passed. Because Washington has very strict gun control measures. They have taken our rights a little at a time. It's like the crab in the boiling water. And those of us that have been screaming about it have no pull over the voting side over on the west side of the state. That's where the population is. Those people don't care until things are too late. Then, when they realize they can't protect themselves, they'll get upset. But it's going to be too late. But what's happening is you can't just come straight out and ban the sales of every gun, because the Supreme Court's made it very clear that things that are in common use cannot be banned. So they're trying to do an end around by going after the manufacturer and trying to stop that particular gun from getting sold in city limits because of something they deem unsafe. So they need to just take accountability for their own problems in policing the city, in the court system, and how they let criminals out again and again and again with no oversight. But no, instead, they want to punish gun sellers, gun manufacturers, and the law-abiding citizens who rely on those guns for protection. Let me know what you think. I know this is a controversial subject, but like I said earlier, it's important we talk about these things. And for now, that's oh for fuck's sakes news.